Welcome to my channel. Everything that you see is under the Fair Use Act for entertainment purposes only. All right, guys, let's get started.
Oh, you gotta watch this one.
This story is crazy. So I grew up the only child, my mom, dad, and me. And since I was younger, I used to be like, man, I wish I had sisters and brothers and things like that. As I got older, I used to always wish I had nieces and nephews and things like that. I wanted to be an auntie, and things like that. And so 2014, my mom passed. 2020, my daddy passed. And fast forward a couple of years later, I was trying to renovate a house. So my friend turned me on to this contractor she knew. This contractor knew someone that I knew and my parents knew from a long time ago. And the contractor tells the person like, hey, that I know him. He's like, yeah, I know her. Tell her to give me a call. So I call him and we get to chit chatting. And while we're chit chatting on the phone, he says, he says, your mother and daddy love you. Your mama and daddy love you. Don't let no one tell you any different. I remember when they first adopted you. What? Adopted? Mind you, I am 34 years old now. I did not know I was adopted. I thought my life was my life. Like, I thought that was my biological mom and daddy. I was the only child. My family was my biological family. Like, what you mean adopted? Like, huh? No one told me. They took it to their grave. Even after they took it to their grave, nobody in the family said anything. Everybody just continued on like normal. Now, don't get it twisted. Now, my mom and daddy they were some good people. They loved me. They loved me, so I don't regret them being my mom and daddy. But, of course, it's crazy. This is 34 years. My life just changed in 34 years. So, I reach out to people or whatever, asking them, like, why you didn't tell me I was adopted? I reach out to my family. So why you didn't tell me I was adopted? No one told me. I'm asking them, do they know my mama and daddy and things like that? Well, who my biological mama and daddy is. And they're like, no, we don't know. And so I reach out to DFACS. DFACS gives me a number. I go to the local DFACS office. They give me a number to reach out to. And it's this agency that helps families reconnect that have been adopted. And so I reach out, I fill out the paperwork, fast forward 3 months later. The lady calls me on the phone and said, hey, I just got off the phone with your biological mother. She's so excited. Let me give you a little background. She has 3 girls, 1 boy. She said when she was younger, she used to get in a little trouble, but she since then changed her life around, became a pastor. I can tell you her first name. I can't tell you her last name until she signed the consent papers. I'm going to say Jay, because that's the first initial of her name. Her name is Jay. She also asks, can you send me a picture of you so I can send to her? And, we chit-chat some more, and that's it. And so after we hang up the phone, I call the daycare lady. My kids go to this daycare. They've been going to this daycare for the last, 5, 6 years. And, me and the daycare lady, we cool. And so I call her, and I'm like, hey, I just got off the phone with the adoption people. They said they talked to my biological mother. They said she got 3 girls, 1 boy. Don't you got 3 girls, 1 boy? She said, yep. I said they said that she used to get in trouble back in the day, and then she since became a pastor. I said, you told me the same story. You used to get in trouble back in the day. You became a pastor. She said, yep. And so I said, and they said her name is such and such. She got the same name as you. She said, Caroline, it's real. So I'm like, what you mean is real? I know it's real. I know I'm adopted. No, Caroline, is real. I'm still green. What you mean is real? I know it's real. Caroline, is real. I just called to tell you what happened. I know it's real. She says, Caroline, I'm your mother. What? What you mean you are mama? Like, mind you, I've been going to this daycare. Well, my kids been going to this daycare for the last, 5, 6 years? God bless his dad. Her nephew passed away like a couple of years ago. We went to sit with the family and everything because I'm cool with the daycare people. When things like that happen, I show my face and everything. I'm sitting amongst the family and everything. Like hanging out, sitting in the living room, talking, chit-chatting with everybody. So this is crazy. So I do ask her, did you know all along? And she's like, no. She was like, they called me. They just got off the phone with me. Of course. They called her or whatever to talk to her. And I said, I'm still in shock. I said, well, let me know. I said, let me know what they said on the phone. I said, what they said. And she said, did you send them that picture yet? You remember when the lady said she asked for a picture? So I was like, what? You got to be kidding me right now. Like, you got to be kidding me. Like, what? I don't know if it's coincidence because I really believe in God with my whole heart. But
That is crazy. What are the odds? But my question is, should you keep that from your children? I know a lot of people have closed adoptions, but what do you do when something like that happens and you find out like years later that your biological parents aren't your parents? Because I know a lot of kids have questions because they want to be with their parents. Kids, it don't matter what the living situation is. They don't care about step parents, bonus parents, godparents, aunties, uncles. They want their parents. End of discussion. When a child finds out they were adopted, I know the questions are, why didn't my mama keep me? Why didn't my daddy keep me? Why didn't my parents want me? Was I not good enough? It starts making you question who you are. Luckily, she found her biological mom because she can get those questions answered. But man, look at all the kids who don't got those answers. I believe wholeheartedly that they love their adoptive parents, but once they find out they were adopted, that's when the questions start. He was wrong for blurting that out. I don't care if you thought she knew or not. I don't think that's anything that you will blurt out. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think that's anything you blurt out. Woo, y'all. Let's get these comments going. Drop your comment. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow. Let's go.